Chilling with the nicest, the flyest, Defynest Podcast.
Welcome back to the Defynest Podcast, the podcast where we defy the definition of ourselves in order to become the best. Man, I'm your host, Michael Macedo. I'm here with a special guest, man. Guest number 12. We're on episode 12 now.
Nice.
Yeah, so this dude, we were talking before the show. Well, let me introduce you. His name is Jesus Medina.
How's it going, guys?
Yeah, man. So we were talking before the show, before we started recording, about like figuring out like when exactly we met. And
I can't remember, to be honest, dude. I just can't. I just knew of you. I'm like, I remember you as Mike with the grill. That's all I remember. In your parties, that's all everyone would talk about. Mike with the grills.
But that's also. I was thinking, it had to be after high school.
When you officially met.
Yeah, when we officially met, it was probably after high school, and it's probably one of the nights when like Giddy probably like brought you along.
Probably, most likely.
He brought you along, and you tagged along one night when we went out and. The partying, the drinking, that stuff.
Don't remind me.
The clubbing.
Clubbing God, I have pictures of you, dude. I have to find them. Pictures of you with the grill and the braids.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I remember those days.
I don't have none of those, man.
I had to look for those. I remember those.
Yeah.
You know who probably would have them? D Square.
Really?
I think you might have some.
Yeah.
Shout out to D Square.
I know. I gotta talk to D Square. Make sure. Invite him on the podcast, see if he wants to come on.
I told him, hey, let's go on the podcast. He's like, nope, never. I'm like,
he said no?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna try to convince him.
I'm like, what if it's like two guests? I was like, all right, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, because eventually I want to have it, so make it like I said, that podcast room back there, and then so have it where I can have like three people on, and with me, 4 people. And I think that'd be pretty cool.
Because I know I listen to different podcasts all the time.
Which ones do you listen to?
I listen to Fighter and the Kid.
I like Fighter and the Kid.
Dude, they're fucking hilarious.
They're hilarious. I remember Brian Callen from Mad TV. Like I remember him from way back then. So it's been like and he was only on one season, the first season.
Yeah.
And I remember him from
he was hilarious.
He is hilarious.
Between him and Brandon Schaub, dude. Yeah. Oh my God. Today I was like, I was listening to some clips of Fighter and the Kid, and they were talking. Can we say some crazy stuff here? Because I know
we can say whatever we want on this podcast too.
We'll just leave it at that.
Yeah.
But I sent it to D Square, and he was like, he just busted out laughing. And they're pretty vulgar. Let's just be honest. They're pretty vulgar, but they're hilarious, dude. Yeah. I listened to him. I listened to Theo Vaughn.
Theo Vaughn's hilarious,
dude,
man.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Who else do I listen to? Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan's cool. Sometimes I can't listen to like some of the episodes. They just get way too deep. And I'm like,
did you see the Elon Musk episode?
Yeah, I saw parts of it, man.
Oh my God,
I need to finish it.
Dude, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Elon Musk scared the shit out of me.
Really?
Yeah. Did you see that part where he says about AI?
Oh man,
artificial intelligence.
I already knew all that stuff.
But they were talking about he gets really serious and quiet, and he's like, I warned him. And it's like something like you would see in a movie. Like he did though. Like I remember when early on, before he was on the podcast, I remember him like releasing a statement that we shouldn't don't screw with that.
Don't mess with that, man. Just it gets too crazy, man.
It does, man. But yeah, that was a crazy episode. I was like, man, he warned us. Yeah. So if something happens like Terminator. He warned us.
Terminator, yeah, it's a possibility, man. Terminator might happen. I mean, just thinking about just machine learning in general,
dude,
man.
Did you hear about that? Facebook had like 2 computers like talking to each other, and they created like a language within each other. They had to shut it down. That's crazy.
Yeah,
dude.
When they started talking to each other. And then so the people wouldn't be able to understand that they're talking to each other.
Yes, they figured it out. Dude, that was crazy. I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, man, that stuff is real, man. That stuff can happen, man.
Yeah, that scared me. I was like, dude, that's some real shit right there, dude.
Yeah.
I mean.
Yeah, so back to like when we met. So it was after high school. Then
And
we
we
started
veered off big time.
Yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be one of those episodes. We're just gonna be jumping all over the place, man. We're gonna get crazy on this episode, man. We're gonna get crazy. I'm gonna try to look into the camera more this episode.
Don't judge me.
Yo, man, the last episode, it was like the one I shot by myself.
Yeah.
That one, episode 11, like, oh man, like I was like on like no sleep.
Oh man.
And then so my eyes were like hurting, and then so this light was like right on me. I was like it's way too bright. I was like, so the whole episode I kind of looked down in a way. I couldn't look up because that thing was just hurting my eyes.
Vampire.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly like a vampire over here, man. So so this episode, doesn't hurt as much, so I'm good. Especially now that we're kind of at an angle now. So
because you were like right here.
I was looking like straight into
God,
it. So,
heck no.
Yeah, so
It's kind of bright though if you take that thing off, right?
Yeah, it gets even brighter if you take the
God.
thing. Yeah, the little scrim. Yeah,
Softens the light, right?
Yeah, it softens the light, makes it look a little, softens the shadows so it doesn't look.
I was looking at your
sharp.
setup. I was like, all right, I see the cameras too.
Yeah, we got multiple cameras. I just recorded on one though, but the other ones I used to take photos.
Which one's that one? The one on the table.
That is the first camera I ever got. It's a Canon T3i.
Okay, cool.
Which is it's probably like 8 years old.
Hey,
I still use it though.
I know, because I remember you
use
used to go out. Like, whose party was it that you went out to? Is it Billy's? I think one time we went to the bar and you took some dope photos.
Yeah.
And there's one where everyone was taking like shots.
Oh yeah,
dude,
yeah.
that's one of my favorite photos. You like got
Yeah.
the angle perfect. I was
Yeah.
like, oh man, I think it's even on my Instagram.
I remember that.
That was a dope shot.
It was for Billy's birthday, and it was for a bar. We were at a bar I've never been to.
I have never been to either. I remember it was in Westheimer, I believe.
Was it Westheimer?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I remember that area. Yeah, because who went with me? Yeah, because
all I know is I was mad because of the parking.
It was bad.
I was like,
I remember that. It was bad, parking.
I was like, I don't want a valet. I don't like valets. I'm sorry, I do not like valets at all.
Why
man.
not?
Why am I gonna give some person I don't even know the keys to my car?
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it, like especially like if you're driving a new car, say it's a car like. That car is worth $30,000.
Yeah.
And you're just giving your keys to some random person that you don't even know.
Yep.
And then plus that's the main part. But I also don't like. I was like,
What if they crash it?
They could crash it, and then they're most of the times they have like little things that say, oh, they're not liable and stuff like that. They're always. Man, it's crazy, and it's just like giving somebody your vehicle and trusting them.
Dude,
I was like, I can't do that. No. And then plus, I was like, I can park myself. I'm not that lazy. I was like, I can park myself and I can walk. I was like, I could do that, man.
Nowadays, I Uber everywhere, dude. Yeah. If I'm not going to work, I'm Ubering. I mean, that's the safest way to do it.
Yeah. Well, especially if you're drinking.
Yeah, definitely. I'm like. I make fun. My buddy Ant makes fun. He's like, "Do you even drive, dude?" I'm like, "Yeah, I drive." I'm like, it's just when I'm out, I'm gonna be responsible and take an Uber. Nowadays, there's no reason for you to have a DWI. That's the way I look at it. When you have Uber,
Yeah.
So,
be responsible, guys. There you go.
That's my responsible side.
if you don't take anything else from this podcast, just
take an Uber.
Take an Uber. Be responsible. Don't drink and drive. There you go. Yeah. So, man.
Back to how we met each other. Dude.
I'm telling you, it was probably Giddy brought you along one of these days.
I'm trying, dude.
Yeah. And then one of those nights that we would just go out and just party, just drink, go to the bars, go to clubs.
I just can't remember. Like I remember seeing you in high school.
Yeah. See, I don't even remember you in high school. Because you had longer hair.
I had long hair. I was like down to here, dude.
Yeah.
I wasn't as popular as you, but whatever.
No, I wasn't popular. What are you talking about?
Everybody knew you, dude. Mike with the grill. Come on.
I didn't have a grill until after high school.
Was it? Or your long hair?
I didn't have long hair until after high school too. Yeah.
I just knew you. I knew of you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had long hair in high school. I remember when I chopped that off. I was like, I kept on going like this. I was like, but there's no hair. You know what I mean? When you first cut it off, you're like, there's nothing there.
Nah, I can't stand when it gets into my eyes. That's what I hate the most. I was like, man, that's when it frustrates me, and that's when I want to get a clippers and just go, just chop it all off.
Yeah, definitely. No, but I remember I used to always have a ponytail.
Yeah.
Because they would always want you to go to that class where they cut hair. I don't know what it's called, and chop half of it off. Like, nah, just put it in a ponytail.
Yeah, because back in high school, we couldn't have long hair. Guys couldn't have long hair. So they didn't make you cut it off? Like, they never made you cut it off?
Yeah, they made me a couple of times. Yeah. It's crazy because nowadays when you go to, like, I don't know if you guys, I'm a high school teacher.
Oh, I forgot to say that. I'm sorry. I'm a bad host, guys.
Nah,
if you haven't noticed, in 12 episodes in, I'm still a bad host. Okay.
Learning process, you know?
Yes, it's a learning process, getting better.
At the school where I'm at, I mean, these kids can have full-grown beards.
Really?
Yes, I'm like...
I used to hate when they made us go shave,
dude,
man.
These guys are allowed to have beards, and it's like, what the hell? Oh, I can't grow one, but still, you know, it's like, these kids have full-on beards. Like, they look way older than me. I was like, what the heck? And they can have, like, somewhat long hair. So they really don't care, dude. They really don't care. As long as you get your grades in and do everything, they're like, all right, you're good. So... yeah,
I got written up so many times for shaving. Oh, man, it's ridiculous, man, how stupid that is. To me, I was like, are you serious? It's not like I'm going like full beard or anything, but still.
I couldn't even grow a whole full beard if my life depended on it. I'm just bad genes, man.
Bad genes.
Oh, man, I just can't.
It runs in the Gomez family?
Yes, it does. Have you seen Diddy?
Yes.
Gosh.
With his 3 whiskers that he grows.
Smooth as a baby's butt, dude.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah. So he's I'm having like a whole Gomez family thing on this podcast, man. So you're the 3rd Gomez family member.
Yeah. You got Samuel.
Yes.
Diddy.
Which are your cousins?
My cousins from my dad's side.
Yeah.
Yeah. Him and my dad are brothers, and they look. When they were younger, they looked almost alike. That's
really
crazy. Yeah. Pretty freaky. It's like, are you sure you're twins? Because I was like, they looked so much alike when they were younger, you know. But now they're like old. My dad's older, so I think my dad's older. Yeah, he's older. Yeah, but relate to those knuckleheads. I don't know how that happened, you know.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's how we started hanging out, and yeah, man. So you became a teacher now.
Yeah,
man.
I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
I'm bamboozled the system. Nah, I love it, dude.
You screwed U of H over?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because you're a Cougar too, alumni.
Cougs, right here.
Alumni.
Yes, sir. I felt old when I was in school, dude.
Yeah.
I remember going into those classes. I was like one of the oldest guys in there. Me and Shay was my ride or die. Shay, I swear to God, that was my ride or die, man.
Yeah.
I mean,
shout out to Shay.
For sure. I mean, that dude, he went there a semester before, and right after that, I followed him. And we were there, dude. So we were like stuck together. Everybody knew us because we were always together. Yeah. I mean, literally, Thursday nights was always the den. That's how we ended up at the den.
Yeah.
Always ended up at the den. And then, like, from there, we would go to Midtown.
Yeah.
With the whole crew, you know. And it was just like, oh, God. It was crazy. Yeah. But Shay and I were like, man, we feel old around these kids.
Yeah, man. I was there like older too, man.
Yeah.
I was on the 7-year plan.
I was on the longer plan.
Yeah,
but at least we finished. That's all that matters, man.
I was on the 7-year plan, you know, dropped out with like 2 years, year and a half, you know.
That's what happened to me too, dude.
Yeah, dropped out a year and a half and then switched majors. So technically, this is how I rationalize it, man. Technically, I dropped out for a year and a half. I was a mechanical engineering major for a year.
Gotcha.
So you know, you subtract 2.5. So technically, you know, it was really 4.5 years. I graduated with a bachelor's in business administration in 4.5 years.
Okay, cool.
See, that's how I rationalize it. Make myself feel better. That it took me 7 years to graduate, you know, college, you know, but it's all right, man. It doesn't matter how long it takes you.
As long as you finish, that's all that matters, man.
As long as you're learning, man.
That's true.
That's what really matters, man. Because, you know, even if you graduate college, but if you don't know anything, then you got a college degree, but it kind of means nothing because you don't have like actual like skills that you could apply in the real life, man. And so going back, You're a teacher.
Yeah.
You teach.
I teach special ed
Yeah.
in high school. It's an awesome gig.
See, right now I struggled. I was like, can I say that? I was is that the proper terminology nowadays?
Definitely. It's proper.
They still call it special ed?
Special ed, special education.
Yeah, special education.
Individuals with disability, you can do it that way, but like a lot of people, you still use the R word, which we're trying to get rid of, know, but it's like, it's been used for so many times, for so long that people are like, oh, the, R word, and I don't like saying it. That's why I'm saying the R word.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like, just say individuals with disabilities or cognitive disabilities or something like that. And that's the proper way of saying it. And then so many terms get taken on, put on, back on. Like there's one that the Asperger's syndrome. Yeah. It's technically is autism, but really, really high functioning autism. So now they kind of don't use Asperger's anymore because they just thought it was, I don't know, it's just a whole, I just know they don't use it anymore. Yeah. So I'm like, they don't use it, I'm not going to use it. And just be respectful, Yeah. No, but I love my gig, man. It's pretty awesome, man. And these kids are so amazing, so lovable. And, you can go into work having the shittiest day ever. I mean, shittiest morning. And they'll come and be like, hey, Mr. Medina, how's it going? Come over here, give me a high five. They dab me and whatnot. And then he's like, you're my best friend. I was like, oh. How can you not have a bad day?
Yeah.
It's just, it makes my day a whole lot better. And then when they see that I'm like sick or something like that, they're like, Mr. Medina, are you okay? Are you okay? I'm like, no, I'm not okay. No, it's not hungover. I've never been to work hungover.
I have, man. Especially back in those days, man. I would go to the shop like so hungover, but it was kind of like I was like, oh, I gotta go work. I knew I had to go work, and so I'd go like I'd be so hungover when I get to the shop. For usually like in the back, we have like a whole bunch of cars and stuff parked like that, and there's one car that was actually like physically like cut in half. So it was just like the back end of the car. So you had like you still had the wheels, you still had the back quarter panel, the whole, it still looked like a car just without like any doors. And so it had the back bench. And then, so what I'd go do is first thing I'd do, I'd get there, I'd be super hungover. I'd go to the back and just go lay down in that like half little car and just pass out.
Now my college days, I did go hungover to work.
Yeah. No. I'd go pass out, man. I'd go like, oh, I've been to the shop, like, and I get there, I'd throw up at the shop. Oh God. Like one of those things. I get there, I'm like, I'm trying to force myself to work. And then I was like, nope, it's coming up. I had to go throw up. I've done that before. Man, I've been drunk hungover so many times at the shop, man. And then like afterwards, I'd get there, and then like it'd be early in the morning. I get there, I'd go take a nap for like hours. And then wake up, and I was like, "Oh, I feel better now."
It's like you're a new man. I'm telling you.
And then start working. But yeah, I was like, when the whole time I could have just stayed home and slept, and then just went when I started to feel better.
But you decided to go sleep on that junk.
Yeah. Hey, man, it was super comfortable, man. It was super comfortable, and then crazy. it was like during like I remember doing it like during the wintertime, and it was cool because like during the wintertime, like. At certain time, like in the day, the sun would hit you. Oh, so it'd be you feel that little warmth and stuff. So I was like, it feels good, man. That was my break room. That car that was cut in half, where it was just a bench on there. And actually, you could actually.
Can you see the mold of you?
you could. It wasn't that bad, but. You could actually like seesaw in the car.
Really?
Yeah, because it still had the tires, it had the axle, but it was just like straight. Literally, if you just cut a car in half and then just take away the front part and then just have the back part, and then so it would tilt down forward. Yeah. It would tilt forward. And then so yeah, man, I was like, you could get on it. You could sit, if you're sitting on it, you could rock yourself like back and forth, and I would do that.
I'm imagining like down. The little thing that you see in the parks, the little horse.
Like
you
the
just
seesaw?
Like, yeah.
That's what I would do.
With a little spring on the bottom.
I would rock back and forth in that car, and I'll just lay down. I go to sleep there. I'm telling you, that was my break room, dog. It was comfortable too. Oh my god, you would not realize how comfortable seats in the car are.
Seriously.
Like I remember, like when you're working on the car and like you have to disassemble everything, especially the interior, and you have to take the seat out. Man, I'd love it, dog, because I'll take the seat out and I'll just put it like on the shop floor. I would go like sit down in that chair. Dude, those the chairs in cars are super comfortable, man. Especially if you're working all day. And you're busting your ass and then you're tired. I was like, you go like sit down in that car seat, man, and then you could recline in it too. So
that's awesome.
I've actually thought about like actually making like seats, like chairs, like actual chairs I could put in here with like make them out of actual car seats.
Yeah, that'd be awesome, dude.
Yeah, just to have.
Yeah, no, I don't think I've ever been to my work drunk, but I remember when I was in college, I would go several times drunk. Oh, that was tough, dude.
I'm sorry. You're over here talking about like your work and your special need kids, and I'm bringing it back to alcohol.
But I, like in college, dude, I would go hungover, dude, so bad, and I would have to go throw up. I was like, I remember I actually worked at Dillard's.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so dude, I had a room, so I would just turn off all the lights.
Yeah,
and then I would just pretend like I'm working, and dude, after I felt the coming up, I'm like, gotta go.
Yeah.
Go puked everywhere in the restroom, and then came back. I'm like, all right, it's time for me to work.
Yeah, man.
Nah, dude. Yeah, but I've never been hungover at work.
Of course not. We're responsible adults now.
Yeah, of course.
Now,
definitely. I wait till my breaks, like Thanksgiving, Christmas. Yeah, no, but summer definitely. I usually don't go and get crazy, but you know. Now it's like it's either the weekend, Friday. I can't do Saturday because it takes me a lot to recover. It takes like a day or two.
It takes longer now, right?
Heck it takes
dude. Way longer.
Yeah, it's usually a Friday or Saturday, that I take to recover, but I can't. The older you get, the harder it is to recover, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm a SPED teacher. I love it, dude.
SPED? That's
SPED.
That's the slang?
That's a slang, you know.
SPED,
there's so many acronyms, dude. You're like, holy cow. But like I said, we do a lot with them. I take them out to, we've taken them to the baseball park, to the Taylor Center, just to learn, because a lot of these kids don't know social skills. Yeah. And that's something that we want to work on, you know. So we've been working doing that, and then we have like integrated athletics with the district where I'm at. So pretty much, we take basketball and we do a tournament out of the whole thing, we compete with the other high schools. So you're talking about Tascasita, Summer Creek, Humble, Kingwood High, and K Park, where I work at. K Park. Yeah, K Park. And
another slang term.
Yeah. Yeah, so like I said, it's pretty fun because you see these kids, you half the time they're overweight, and parents always try to get them to work out, but they don't want to work out. Usually they're watching computers or something like that, So having them out there.
Computers are cool, though. I don't know what you're talking
about.
No,
they are, but not when they spend the whole day. Literally.
They're like
stay on
sitting
YouTube.
Around.
Yeah, they stay on YouTube. So a lot of parents want them to be active, and we have this program there, and they go and play basketball and compete with other kids, and it's pretty awesome when you see these kids dribbling the ball, shooting, taking a jump shot. And they get so happy, dude. They get so happy. They start jumping up and down when they score. Like, yeah. That's pretty cool. And next week, we have our integrated athletics. Our track meet at the stadium. What stadium was it? Oh, I forgot. I was going to say
Thorn. Is it Turner?
Turner, yeah. I was going to say Thorn Stadium. I'm like, oh, God. It's not Alding.
Yeah, it's not Alding, man.
Yeah, I know. But, yeah, it's going to be pretty cool because they can do shot put, long jumps. What else? Standing jumps, board jumps. And then we have a 100-meter relay, 400. I forgot what else. So it's pretty cool. Like a lot of people don't see what teachers, or at least in my department, do. It's awesome. I'm excited about it, and the kids are too, because we're supposed to have it last week, but it was really cold. Yeah. So they're moving it till next week. So.
Okay. You got a special day yet? Day picked out?
Yeah, it's Let me see.
Because you had invited me out there to shoot the kids.
I did. I need to give you the day. So it's the 20th that we're looking at.
20th?
Right? Yeah, 20th.
So Tuesday?
Wednesday.
It's a Wednesday.
Wednesday, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cause
wait, today's the 13th or the 14th?
Today's the 13th.
Okay, today's the 13th.
Yeah.
I thought yesterday was the 13th.
No,
okay.
a week from now.
A week from now.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So usually it's gonna start like around 9, and it goes all the way up to 1.
You still want me to come out and shoot?
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
I'll do it.
Yeah, and like a lot of people, I don't know if I don't want to get like just shots or videos or whatever you can get.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but like I said, we do a lot of things for these kids. We try to set up events for them just to hang out with other kids, like regular kids, and it's awesome because you see these bonds that these kids create with regular ed kids. Once they go to college, they come back and they still hang out with them. They never forget them, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I love my job, It's not, this is the serious part.
Yeah, this is where we're at. Yeah.
Yeah, no, so I love my job. It's awesome.
Yeah.
I can't complain. The kids are amazing, it's just, sometimes it can get hard with all the paperwork, but other than that,
it is a lot of paperwork.
There's
right?
a lot of paperwork.
Yeah.
A lot of paperwork.
My brother's a teacher too, and then I was like, that's one of the things. Like I hear him like hear him say it's like way too much paperwork.
Yeah, and for me, it's a little bit more because, so a special ed kid, once he goes to high school, you have goals and objectives that we create as teachers for the kid. So like this year, I'm only teaching math and science.
Okay.
Last 3 years, I was teaching all core subjects. So it was like, it's a little bit of relief, because we got so many kids in this year.
Yeah. How many kids do you have?
Sped kids, I have about 16, but they come in and out through my class. So
Okay.
I'll have like one class, I'll teach like math.
Yeah.
But there's like algebra 1 math, and then they'll stick geometry there. So I just teach all 1 math. Some kids are still learning how to count money. Some higher level kids are actually learning algebra, like legit algebra. It just depends, and I just have to accommodate for each one kid, and I split them up into groups, and I work with this group, and then I just go and check on everybody else. So that's what I do most of the day. And then I also teach social skills. That's like my funnest class ever.
Really?
Funnest is not a word. That's bad. Is it?
Is it?
Fun.
Most fun.
Most fun, yeah.
Most fun?
Yeah.
No. Hey, we make up words on this. Hey, the finest is a made up word. So we make up words on this podcast, so it doesn't matter.
No, so I try to teach them like regular social skills because these kids sometimes don't know.
I probably need that class too.
No, but these kids are like, okay. One time I had to teach them not to pass gas in front of other students. Okay. And then like we had a whole hour and a half to teach these kids about not passing gas. And then like I explained everything, drew pictures, like if you have to pass gas, so what do? We give the restroom sign, which is like this, go to the restroom, go out to the hall, go pass gas, and then come back in.
Oh, so we pass gas in the hall?
Better than inside that classroom.
Okay, gotcha.
Because, dude, when they pass gas, it's bad.
Okay.
So the next day, one of the kids was going to town. This was first period. And they came and told me he didn't learn the lesson. I was like, oh, God. But it's stuff like that. I mean, like, we'll just talk about random things like how to act in public places. A lot of these kids just want to have fun. You have to think about
play
their
around.
mind. Yeah, their mind. They might be 18 years old, but they're at 8-year-old, level. So they're like Mickey Mouse, whatever, and they get all excited. And but for me, it's like, hey guys, imagine this. Would you act this way if you were to get a job? Because our goal at the very end is to get prepared once they graduate high school, and try to get them a job. Then with self-sufficient individuals. So that's my goal as a teacher, and I have to make sure I teach them those social skills that they need. So yeah, that's my series.
That's dope, man.
Yeah,
that's dope.
it's fun, dude. But once you get to meet them, man, it's like they get all happy and they'll say, "You want to be my best friend?" And you're like, "Of course,"
I'll meet them next week then.
Next week, dude. For sure.
Week,
And
I'm gonna meet them.
Yeah, and then you'll be like, "Oh my God, they're just so amazing, dude."
Yeah.
And then you have the knuckleheads, some that won't talk to you, but inside they're like low key, they like you, but they act like they don't. I have this one kid. he half the time he's asleep and he wears glasses, but his eyes are like this half the time, you know. And I'm like, hey, bro, are you gonna work hard for me today? He's like, this is how he talks. I don't know, I guess so.
Yeah.
And really low, and you know, so his mom sent me some Oreo cookies for him because he works for food. So mom sent me home Oreo cookies. I'm like, dude, if you work hard for me during this track meet, you'll get Oreo cookies and ice cream. He's like, his eyes get big. And I'm like, are you serious? He's joking with me. I'm like, I'm serious. He's like, all right. So when we're practicing, he just started off running, dude. I'm like, I told you he had it in you. I'm like, he's like, yeah, I know. He gets all cocky and whatnot, but he's hilarious, dude. Yeah, but other than that.
That just reminded me of a story. Back in high school, man, like senior year, I was like this close to being able to sleep with my eyes open.
What?
I was like this close. I almost mastered it, man. I almost mastered being able to sleep with my eyes open. If I had a little more time in high school, like I would have been able to sleep with my eyes open, man.
That's crazy.
I would practice.
Practice.
Yes, I would practice. I'll sit there and I'll practice, man. I'll try to teach myself how to sleep with my eyes open. I was close too.
That's crazy.
I could feel it. But yeah, man. So you had mentioned to me that you also wanted to get into photography.
I
man.
do. I've been like wanting to get into photography. I sent you some text messages, and then I was like, dude, what's the best starting camera? Because I've always liked it. It's just I was like, man, I don't know if I have the skills. I'm like, why not? Might as well jump into it and see if I do, if I know, just for fun, nothing crazy. But yeah, I was like, when I walked in, I saw your nice little setup you have here,
Setup,
yeah. So I was like, oh, that's cool, and like, especially on YouTube, I go and follow all these photographers. I was like, dude, that's some dope stuff they create, man.
Which photographers do you follow?
Oh my God. Okay, so let me look at my phone. I have to have them over here. McKinnon.
Peter?
Yeah, dude, yeah.
Peter McKinnon?
He's dope, dude.
He's dope.
He is dope. And there's a couple out there that, I think they're married. Chris and something. One of them's a doctor, and the other one's, I forgot what she does. She's a photographer. But they do some dope editing, and I'm like, this is nice. Yeah. And of course, you can't go with Casey Neistat. That's the OG.
Okay.
That's the OG, And then who else? There's just some random people that I follow. Let me see if I can bring them up. Subscribers. There we go. Yeah, but they're. I just like the way they edit their stuff. I'm like, oh man, these are some dope dudes. Yeah, Peter McKinnon. Definitely, let's see, Becky and Chris. Those are the dudes.
Okay.
Check them out. There's this dude named Cold, Kold. He does some sick editing. Let's see. Those are the ones I can come up. I have a lot. Yeah, but we'll just go from there. Yeah.
There's one. Just reminded me. I think he just released the video today or yesterday. There's one. His name is Benjamin Von Wong, VonWong.
Hey, check him out.
Yeah, he's pretty dope. And what he does is most of the stuff he does is like actual like. It's not really like editing. Well, it's like it's really actual like in camera. Like if you see fire in his shots, it's actually like real fire.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they're like so if they're like he has like some underwater shots, so they're actually like swimming underwater,
really?
Doing this stuff, and everything's like taken like in camera. It's not like something like photoshopped in or anything like that. But yeah, some of the work he does is pretty dope. And he started off as I think he was an engineer.
Really?
He was like an engineer and then became a photographer.
Oh, I just love it, dude. And like just taking pictures in general. That's like I've seen dope ass pictures online.
What would you want to take pictures of? Like, what would you like to shoot? Like,
I know lately I've been like to symmetrical stuff.
Okay.
All evened out or something like that. Like tunnels or like how when you go down the heights they have those trees that kind of go stuff like that. To me that looks cool. Or just looking down like a rail upstairs and just that. I think that looks beautiful, man. I'm like, for right now, I know my taste will change as I learn more and whatnot. But right now, I like that stuff. Or just
more like kind of like landscapes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but
okay, I got you.
Eventually, family parties.
Yeah.
I have somebody, hey, you have a camera? Yes. Take pictures,
Okay.
instead of hiring somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, I'm like, dude, people pay an arm and a leg for pictures. Yeah. Like, where I work at, these girls, dude, they pay so much money to take pictures.
Really?
Yes, they in the thousands for graduation pictures.
Oh, wow.
Thousands. I was like, whoa. I was like, who does this? She charges how much? I was like, whoa.
Yeah. Man, that's man. So you're looking into like more landscape. I'm asking these questions because I'm trying to see I remember you asked me like, what's a good starter camera?
Yeah.
And then so I'm trying to figure out like what's a good little camera for you to have, and then because like if you're depending on like what you're shooting, kind of depends on like what camera I could recommend. So like if you're shooting something like sports where it's more like fast paced and something like that, you would need a different camera than shooting like landscapes. Yeah. So because you don't need like a fancier camera if you're shooting landscapes. So if you're shooting like sports, something high speed, then you need something that'll be able to shoot more frames per second. And then so that's more like those we're looking more like in the towards like the higher end type of
cameras.
Yeah, to higher end type of cameras. But nowadays, man, stuff is getting like really, really, really cheap, man. Like that camera, the T3i.
Yeah.
You could probably get that for like $200, man,
really?
Or probably less than that now. And so yeah, man, and I still use it for stuff, man. I still use it to take pictures and things like that. But it's just really, it kind of like all depends on like a good like kit lens, like which is like which basically, if you don't know, it's just like there's like a focal range, so it's like a 18 to 55 or something like that. I mean, to start off, I mean that'd be good, especially if you're looking into like landscapes, probably like a wider lens.
Wider lens, yeah.
Yeah, if you go like a wide angle lens, that'll look best. Because if you're shooting with a wide angle lens, it makes everything kind of look like bigger than it. Like it makes everything look like it's if you take you could be in like a smaller room, like say this or whatever, but if you're on a wide angle lens, everything bigger. It makes it look so much bigger. And then so
I need to get with you more because dude, those are tricks of the trade that you can
dude,
teach me. Like I know, like just wait until I get it. I'm just waiting. But I've been wanting to get into photography for a while. It's just like I've seen myself just looking at those videos, like Peter McKenna, dude. I just love that guy, dude. He's so freaking awesome. He's so skilled, dude. I was like, holy cow! I just like his pictures. Yeah. And have you noticed that he always has like this bluish tint to all of his pictures? Yeah. I like that.
That's his style.
Yeah,
that's his style. Like he always does it like that, and he always likes to. They're kind of contrast. They're kind of contrasting. He does that. He always he actually like shoots like a they're almost like lifestyle type of like photos when he's like whenever you see him like he's usually like doing something, going on a hike or something like that, like in the mountains or somewhere.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
They
I just love him.
They incorporate like portraiture with landscapes, so he's actually in the photo doing something, but there's also like a dope landscape behind him and stuff like that. I like how
he gives tips too in his YouTube video. I mean, what was it? He was talking about, I can't remember, his last week that I saw this one, how to take different pictures than anybody else. You know how the touristy pictures of I think the Golden Gate Bridge, don't take the
get the different angles, man.
Different angles, go down, get low, versus where everybody else takes the high angles. You know,
I mean,
was like, that's pretty cool.
That's a good like tip, like a starter tip, because if you think about it, like everybody sees like at eye level, man. So if you want to create something or take a shot of something and make it look different, then you got to switch up the angle. Yeah. You got to get low, get high, just change that plane where you're viewing. Yeah. And then that will make it like a unique shot. You could be taking something like that everybody takes a picture of.
It's a different angle, changes the whole game.
Different angle, different composition of the frame. It changes everything. Yeah. That's really that's really what's important, man. Just the composition, the framing, and basically, I mean, because you could take pictures of anything, and if you just switch up the composition and frame it right, then you can make anything look dope.
Yeah.
And
then, that's pretty cool how he does it.
But really, it's mainly like, in your point, it's kind of like you just really just need to get a camera and then shoot. The main thing is I have to recommend get a camera that has interchangeable lenses. So get a camera where you can switch out the lenses, man.
Gotcha.
And one recommendation that I could give, especially now that I talked to Javier Paredes, who's one of my boys that I went to college with. He was episode number 5.
The one that was helping out the director.
Yeah. So I was talking to him, and then he asked me, we're just talking about like his first camera and stuff like that, and I asked him, I was like, is there something that you would change? I was like, is there like a feature that you feel like you're missing? And he says he would have liked to have like a flip out
screen.
Yeah, flip out screen that you could tell, because the camera he got doesn't have that. Gotcha. So he's like, so he really feels like that'd be dope, because then because he shoots he shoots like a lot of videos too. So he will like that. Just flip out screen helps you with like low angle shots and stuff like that. So you could it's easier. It's easier. So I was like, you could flip the screen out if you're getting a low angle shot. I was like, that it really helps out. Or at the same time, if you're shooting like something high angle, you could flip the screen down out so you could check your framing and stuff like that. And so that's one thing he wished that his camera had, was like a flip out screen.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Now, something I want to learn how to do is the long exposure pictures. Where you leave them out for a long time and take some badass looking photos of the sky and stuff. Yeah. Dude, I've always wanted to learn how to do that, dude. That's pretty cool. I've seen. Yeah,
you could do that with like any standard.
Really?
Like camera. Yeah, you could do that with any standard camera, and then especially when you get into longer exposures, it looks cool at night. Mm-hmm. And so when you see especially if you're in a shot of street. Mm-hmm. And then just have especially if the cars go by.
Is that what creates a little streaks?
That's what creates the light streaks.
Gotcha. Yeah.
This cars going by. That's what creates those light streaks.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't have any of those up, but I've taken some longer exposure shots like that and in the city.
Yeah.
I got one where it's it's 45, right there downtown. Mm-hmm. So I got 45, and then downtown in the background.
Is that one 45 goes into I-10 area?
Yeah, right around there. Yeah, man, that's pretty cool. But yeah, man, and so other than that, man, once you have a camera, it's really more about just shooting and then trying to figure out what you like.
Style and whatnot.
Figure out your style, and then figure out what you want to shoot, and then just going out and just really just getting used to your camera, because every camera out there is going to have its limitations.
Yeah.
There's no perfect camera. It doesn't matter what it is. I was like, you could always have a limitation. It's more about knowing your camera and then figuring out what it could do good, and then kind of playing to those strengths.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But it's a lot of just when you're starting, getting out and just actually shooting stuff, just going out and actually shoot something. I mean, you don't have to go somewhere fancy, but just what I like to do, I like to challenge myself. I like to give myself pick out one specific area and be like, all right, I can't leave this area without getting some cool shots. Mm-hmm. So you gotta figure out a way to make something look cool.
Dude, I tried that one time because I have a dog.
Yeah.
And we went on a walk, and it's in the hood, so there's this bridge nowhere. Is it Bentley? No, I can't remember the street. Anyways, it's by the bayou, and I was walking across
by the park
park.
Keith West.
Yeah,
is that where we or by the fence where Giddy and I was when Giddy painted the fence by there?
Yes,
okay,
right there.
I know
so you see that bridge right there?
Yeah.
Okay, so I took a picture with my dog, and they had a bunch of flowers, those yellow flowers, I don't know what they're called, but the rust and all that came out, and I was like, oh my God, that's a pretty good picture.
Yeah.
And it's if you look at it, it's a shitty area.
Yeah, but you can make it look cool.
Yeah, I was like, I get a lot of compliments from that. I actually went and printed it out and put it in in my desk. I have to have a picture of my boy right there, you know.
Yeah.
And everybody, I get so many compliments from that one because it just pops out and it's just. And then the bridge, everybody's like, "Is that downtown?" I'm like, "No."
It's like straight in the hood.
If you only knew, I had to wear bulletproof vests just to take this picture. Oh no, yeah.
Where there's usually like some kids out there like smoking weed.
Always, dude.
Always some kids out there smoking weed.
Dude,
and like, and I remember like one time I was there walking with my little niece, and then like I remember like them. I looked at them. I was like, "Really, guys?"
Like, dude, it's bad now. Like I went on a run before this, and so they've been doing a lot of ATV riding down there. So the whole track, the path,
they tore it all up.
Bro.
Damn, man.
Can't keep nothing nice in that neighborhood, man.
Yeah,
that's what I hate about it. I'm like, dude, they fixed it up when they first did everything, and you know how they had those big old boulders. They went and tagged them. I'm like, come on,
really?
Guys. Yes.
Oh man, that's dumb, man.
It's dumb, dude. I hate it because I'm like, we're trying to make this neighborhood look nice. Gentrification, come on, bring it on.
Hey, dude, I saw. It kind of scared me. I saw a hipster like walking on the street. Yeah, he was probably like 6'2". He was white. He had long hair. He had like this extra tight skinny jeans. He had the flannel on. God. I was like, what the hell is he doing? And he was just like walking down the street. I was like, what?
Oh, I'm thinking property going up. Yes.
I was scared. I was a little scared. I'm like,
am I in the right hood?
Yeah, what's this guy doing, man?
Oh, God.
Yeah. Dude. But there's actually like, I've been getting a whole bunch of like calls and a whole bunch of like flyers of like people wanting to buy this property, this house.
It's been going crazy, dude.
Yeah.
Man, like I said, look, they just built that. It's been open for a couple of years. That brewery by the house, by the hood.
The City Acres.
City Acres.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, there's the other one.
The
over
other
there,
one, Spindle Tap.
Spindle Tap.
Yeah, that one too. I'm like, dude, that's slowly but surely it's gonna start coming over here.
Yeah.
Because when you look at it, 610 from there on out, you know, when you go inside the city in 610, everything's sky high, and some people can't afford it, so they're like, okay, I'm just gonna step a little bit outside, and before you know it, outside it's gonna come all over here. We're like 15 minutes from downtown. You know. Well,
here we kind of have more of like the infrastructure is kind of like laid out, because if you think about like right after like north of 610, that's kind of like an industrial more industrial type of area. And then so over here we have the residential part kind of like mapped out. I mean, and places where you could like you know, if you think about like people need like a grocery store and type of like.
Well, in Little York, they're building all that. They have Mi Tienda already, and they have the Papacitos barbecue they're just building.
The Papa's,
yeah, Papa's barbecue.
Yeah,
and then redoing the McDonald's too.
Yeah.
You gotta step up their game, you know.
Yeah, man, and so yeah, we have that. Here in Alden, it has the infrastructure is kind of like laid out. I mean, so. Like Heavy says that, you know, this is gonna be like the next spot to pop off, you know, where the prices are gonna go up soon and stuff like that.
I've noticed since I purchased my house. I mean, the price has gone up big time.
Really?
So, yeah, like $20,000. So I'm like, I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say no to that.
Yeah. They probably just did that to get more taxes from you, dude.
Probably, man.
Like let's make this guy pay more taxes. Let's say his property's worth more.
Growing up sucks.
Yeah, man.
Adulting sucks.
Property taxes, you know, every year.
Yeah.
man.
Things that you wouldn't think of when you're like in college or anything like that, dude. Now you're like, what?
Yeah, you gotta pay this.
I gotta pay this.
You gotta pay that. Yeah. Man.
Yeah, but like I'm happy, you know, all this is coming down here, dude, because it's like it's just so expensive to live in downtown, dude. Yeah. I looked into it and I was like, even East downtown.
Yeah.
That's expensive, dude.
Yeah, it is, man. You know what? I'm gonna say something. You know, this is when I'm gonna say something crazy. This is a podcast where I say, well, this is part of the podcast where he's gonna start going crazy and start going downhill, man. Dude, what I want, dude, I want to live like in a neighborhood. There's like my only issue with like here is like I want to live with a neighborhood where there's a little like higher standard for a higher level, like IQ level. Like I want to live where there's a higher IQ level. That's my thing. Yo, man. I don't know.
Man.
Like, I feel like I need a little area where there's like a standard where you have to have at least this IQ level to live here, man. That's what I want. I want to be able to live like.
It only takes one person to like build some type of condo not condo, but like a townhome. You know, like the ones in the Heights that you see all the time. Yeah. It only takes one person, dude, and then next you know they all start popping up. Because right there, as soon as like, you know where Jensen's at and 610. Yeah. If you go right, it's still almost on Jensen. They have condos right there, dude.
They're building condos there? I haven't seen
like little townhomes. Yeah. Diddy and I were talking about the other day. Yeah, they're starting to come over, dude. I'm like, slowly but surely.
Yeah, I've seen Giddy told me about Independence Heights. He told me about that like a couple of years ago. And I was like, now they're like
thing now.
Right there, they're building like all those little like houses, like the townhomes, like right next to each other and stuff like that. Yeah.
Slowly coming up.
Yeah, man.
But come back out here, dude.
I feel like there's like, if I could have like a special power, like a superpower, I will want it so that I could create like a barrier around me where people, like the only people that could come into that barrier, they have to have a certain IQ level, man. Yeah. Oh, I don't know, man. I feel like I come across like
that's something Heavy would say. Yeah, you would say something like that.
I feel like I don't know, man. I feel like I come across like a whole bunch of dumbasses, man. Oh, like I feel like I always like.
It's true.
I run into people where I interact with people where I'm like, how are you still alive? Like, how have you made it this far? I think
about that all the time.
Just like how, I would imagine something would have happened to you like way years ago.
Resilience.
Like how have you made it to this age, man? Yeah. Let me know. Explain
what are your tricks?
Let me explain how you made it this far, man. Because I was like, some of them like, oh my God, it's just like ridiculous. It just like wears down on me. I feel like I just come across way too low IQ level people, man. Like, oh my God, it just gives me headaches. So if I have a superpower, I wish I could create like a barrier around me that, you know, only people that could have like a certain level of IQ could come in. You know, everybody else can't, man. They can't breach that barrier, man.
Yeah. Hopefully, we'll see. Only time will tell, man. Only time will tell.
And then I need my Iron Man suit. I need so my body won't break down anymore. Yo, man.
Yeah, that'd be cool, dude.
Yeah, oh, this is kind of.
I'm just thinking about you in an Iron Man suit.
I need my Iron Man suit to be able, so so bad. I feel like, you know, take all the pressure out. You know, it moves by itself. Make everything a lot easier. Be easier in my spine. You know, so
isn't like in the second the last couple of movies? What's his name? The black dude, Don Cheadle. He's jacked up in the Iron Man.
War Machine.
Yeah. He's moving again and whatnot.
Yeah, because he got paralyzed.
Yeah.
He got paralyzed. I forget which movie, but yeah, he got shot. Oh, he got paralyzed in Civil War.
Civil War, is that one?
Yeah, Civil War when they were
fighting.
Yeah.
You're right. Have you seen the new Marvel?
Which
the girl one?
Captain Marvel?
Yeah,
no, I haven't seen it.
Pretty good.
No spoilers. No spoilers, dog.
I just gotta say it's pretty good.
Yeah,
I liked it. Yeah.
It got hated on, man.
Really?
Yeah, it got hated on. Before it even premiered, before it was even out there, like people were already giving it leaving bad reviews on Rotten Tomatoes and IMDb. Yes.
One of those.
The acronyms. The acronyms and the letters put together. It just makes it hard for dyslexia, guys.
We just stood up to that.
Dyslexia, man. I have to slow down and actually, picture out the letters. But yeah,
I liked it.
Yeah, that's why if you look on the the ratings, if you look at the ratings, like the audience ratings and stuff like that, that's why they're a little low. It's because people got on there and they were leaving it
Before it came out?
Bunch of trolls got on there and then started hating on it because I think it was a little because of Brie Larson.
Yeah, they said that she wasn't like the right Captain Marvel. I think she did a good job.
She's dope. Actually, when she was announced as Captain Marvel, I was like, oh, she's perfect. I was like, she's a dope actress.
I think
like she's super dope.
I think what it was, she wasn't as voluptuous, as more curvature, you know? Because when you see the comic books, you have this girl who's like super strong, like it kind of looks like a CrossFit girl, you know?
Dude, but like I said, all the comics though. Yeah. All the comics kind of like.
I saw a couple of comments online about that. Yeah. I'm like, dude, I think she did a great job.
She's dope. They actually kind of hate on her because she's kind of opinionated. Like really? in person, like, or she'll like take a stand and stuff like that, and then, so people don't like that. But I think she's dope. Yeah, I think everything.
I think she did a great job. I saw it. I was like, I liked it.
I actually agree with like all the things she says. Like the stuff that people hate on her, like I agree with. Really, she's actually right, man, guys. And then, there's a bunch of trolls out there, a bunch of people that just want to hate on something.
Always, dude, always.
They always want to hate on something, want to bring somebody down. But
No, I think she did a great job. I loved it.
I want to see it. I need to see it and stuff like evil because Endgame's coming up pretty soon too.
Yeah, dude, that's gonna be crazy. Dude.
I have to see that one in the theaters. I have to see that one because that's gonna be huge too. Like just like with the Infinity Wars, I was like. There's going to be so much buzz around it that it's going to be hard not to have like run into like spoilers.
I know. That's what I was like for the end games. Yeah, I try to stay away from those websites that they're guessing what's going to happen. Yeah, I'm like, don't ruin it for me.
Well, I technically, I think I already know what's going to happen.
I already know who's going to die. I think I know who's going to die already. I think everybody does.
Yeah, I think I already know what happens and then how it happens too. But
what's your theory on what happened?
No, I can't give it away because it's too. I mean, of course they're gonna switch it up for like I know the comics. Yeah. I know what happens. I know this comic like the comic story for this, so I know that. But I also know that Marvel is, especially when it comes to the movies, they always like to switch up a little bit, like switch it up, give it a different angle. But I think I know what's gonna. I think I know what's gonna happen. I think there's questions like in the first one about like where certain characters were. Yep. I know exactly what they were doing. I know exactly how, what's gonna happen with them, and it's so yeah, man. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to spoil it for everybody.
I'm excited about that, and I'm excited about Game of Thrones.
Man, I've watched a couple episodes.
You still haven't gotten into it?
I've watched like what was the last season?
Season 7.
7? I think I watched a couple episodes of 7 or 6. Somewhere around those. I think it was during the hurricane. Gotcha. It was during the hurricane because my older brother Alex, he wanted he likes watching it or whatever, and then so like I put it on for him or whatever, and then so I watched like I think one episode of that, and then that's all I've seen. Dude, like I haven't seen it from
the way I got into it. Like my coworkers they would always talk about it, like, nah, I'm not gonna watch it, and then finally I'm like, I caved in. I'm like, well, he had all first seasons 1 through 4 on his flash drive, and he just put them on my computer, and I started watching them. I got hooked. I was like, crap, this is good. And then like leading up to that, and then where we're at right now, I'm like, oh my god, winter's here. I just had to say that. No,
see, I've heard that winter's here stuff. I heard that kind of like advertisement or whatever. That little slogan. Yeah, I've heard that. So I've heard that much. I know winter's coming. I know about kind of about that, but I haven't seen it.
So awesome.
I haven't seen it.
I've gotten so many people hooked onto that show. They're like, oh my god, are you ready?
I mean, I'll give it a chance. I'll watch it.
Like the first 2 seasons are kind of slowly, builds up, and then once you get to season 3 or 4, it starts taking off, and then 5, 6, and 7 is just craziness. I'm like, oh my god, it's just you're on your toes half the time. And then like this last season, I think the first episode's gonna be like 60 minutes.
Okay.
First and second, and then it's gonna go up to 70 minutes, and then the last two are gonna be 80 minutes long, or 80 or 90.
Okay.
So it's like what, almost an hour and a half of Game of Thrones. I'm like, oh, that's perfect.
Wow. Yeah, man. I'll give it a chance. I'd watch it.
You should. You need to, man.
The only thing is, I'm not gonna pay for HBO. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna pay for it.
I'll give you my password.
Okay.
I'll give you my password.
Okay. I'll give it a chance then. But other than that, or else I was thinking about, because I like Silicon Valley too. And I watched. I think I probably haven't seen like the last couple seasons of Silicon Valley, but I was just thinking, if anything, like I was like, I'd do like the free trial of HBO and just binged everything, and then cancel before I had to pay. So I was thinking about it, and so Game of Thrones would be on my list.
Definitely.
Have you seen the Haunting of Hill House?
No,
on Netflix?
I haven't.
It's dope.
Is that the one that's like supposed to be like really, really scary?
I don't know if it's supposed to be really scary. It's. I guess there's some parts that's scary.
There's one, I can't remember what it was in Netflix, that everyone was saying, "Oh my god, this movie's super freaking scary."
It's a series.
Okay, this is a movie now.
This is a series. It's The Haunting of Hill House. I just finished that.
It's good.
It's dope. It's dope, man. There's only one bad thing I could say about it. There's one episode where I felt I didn't like. There's one episode I didn't like. Other than that, I think it was really dope. It was good, man. It was good. It kind of has the beginning episode kind of has like a Conjuring, like the Conjuring movie kind of vibe to it.
Gotcha.
But it's really dope, man. I like it. I recommend it. I won't spoil which episode that I don't like, but I'll just say that it was. I just felt it was unnecessary. Gotcha. That one episode was unnecessary, and we could let the viewers. They could try to guess which episode it is. If they've seen it, you could try to guess which episode I didn't like.
I'm gonna have to check that one out.
But it's pretty dope, man. It's pretty dope, and it gets a little weird, man. I like weird. I like weird. Yeah. I like stuff that I like seeing stuff that. Like stuff that I haven't seen before. Like if they introduce something like a new concept or a new idea, a new thing. I like seeing things like I don't like the same story being retold over and over again. Yeah. Which I kind of don't like that they're like all the movies now are kind of like remakes. They're remakes of like old movies.
They have nothing else to do now. Yeah. Because it's money to be made. Money to be made on that.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's kind of like if you think about the studios, it's really more like they're minimizing their risk. Yeah. So they already know this did well before. Like if we would just redo it, I mean, kind
of like Spider-Man. They've been redoing that movie for how many? They have 3 or 4 Spider-Mans.
Yeah. Oh. I think Tom Holland's the best Spider-Man. He's my favorite, which is the newest one.
Have you seen the cartoon one? I heard it's pretty good.
The cartoon, Into the Spider-Verse? Yeah, that's dope.
Is it? I need to watch. I'll probably do that before.
It's dope. It won the Oscar for Best Animated Movie.
Really? Yeah. I didn't know that. Yeah.
It won the Oscar, Best Animated Movie. It's dope. It's dope.
Check it out, because I remember
It's hilarious.
There's I was on YouTube and I saw the sneakers that came out.
Yeah, the Air Force ones.
No,
the Jordans.
Jordan
the Jordans.
Ones. Yeah, but they had like a spidey web feel to it and whatnot. That was pretty cool. Yeah. Shout out to Lalo.
Yeah, shout out to Lalo. the sneaker king over there Lalo.
No, and every now and then we have a group chat. Yeah. With Lalo, D Square, and Fern, and we'll just talk about random stuff. But sometimes I'll just shoot them out one of those when I see some badass kicks that I like. Yeah. I was like, man, but would I pay $700 for it? Nah.
Yeah, I just also like he posted a pair of kicks. I think yesterday, some Air Max 95s. Yeah, like he posted some of those. I'm like, man, those are dope. I don't like Nike, but I like those. Those are
some fire shoes. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, those are dope. Shoes, yeah, I'm an Adidas guy, but those Nikes
Adidas with the boost, dude.
They're dope.
The boost is amazing.
Yeah, I want some though. I want some boost. Like I actually got actually got a new pair. I don't know what they are. Like they were a gift. My homeboy Bebo, who was in episode 3, he just gave it to me. Like he's like, "Hey, what size shoe you wear?" And I was like, I told him it was like 11 and a half. He's like, "Oh, here." He just gave me a pair of shoes. I'm like, all right.
No, you have to try those boosts. Like I was like, they're kind of expensive, but now they're going down. When they first came out, they were super expensive.
He says he told me these had like the same, like
really?
the same like the sole, sole basically of the boost.
Yeah,
so
no,
man, these were really dope. They're really comfortable.
Yeah, they're really comfortable, man. I just love them. I'm like, I have one pair, and I wore them yesterday. Went to the rodeo, and I'm like, it was like walking on clouds, dude.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited about those. I'm trying to get some. I've been looking at some more running shoes because the ones I have are kind of going down already. So I'm like, it's time for me to start again.
Under Armour has this one shoe. I think it's called like the Fat Tire.
Fat Tire. You check them out.
I think it's actually like a combination. It's like a collaboration between them, and I think it's Michelin, like Michelin tires. Yes.
I need to check them out. Dude, now people there's so many collaborations now.
Yeah.
I mean, what's what crazy collab that I saw? Crocs with Post Malone.
Really?
Yes, they sold out quick.
Oh wow, man.
I mean, because you know how when he goes on concert, like when he's out on stage, he wears Crocs. Yeah, so that he made himself a pair of Crocs collab. I was like, damn, and they sold out quick, and people have been selling them like resale for crazy amounts. I'm like,
you know what we need, man? I'm just gonna put it out there, man. I'm trying to put it out there. We need a Adidas and Defynest collab. All right, guys.
There you go. Adidas, like,
Adidas. If anybody listening to Adidas, man,
hey, just throw it out there, man. You never know.
We need an Adidas and Defynest collab shoe, man. That's all I'm saying. That's
They do have some shoes with that color of the logo, so that would be dope. Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
that
man.
would be badass, actually.
Yeah, man. That's future. I'm just putting it out there into the universe, man.
There you go.
Adidas.
You never know what might
collab,
happen, dude. You never know what might happen, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, I just announced that I'm dropping a clothing line.
I saw that. I heard that, dude.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, I'm doing a clothing line, man, which is dope. I'm gonna give you a new shirt. You made the cut now.
I mean, barely.
Since you're on the episode, and we haven't yet officially released, launched. But yeah, you're on the list. You're gonna get one of the exclusive day one shirts.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. And then man, that's dope. I'm excited about that. I still have to work on some stuff.
I've only listened to half of the podcast because I was like I said, I was in the rodeo yesterday.
I mean, it just came out. The video just came out yesterday.
Today in the morning, I turned it on. I was trying to listen to it. I try to listen to it whenever I can.
Yeah.
These past couple of weeks, I've been busy with work.
Yeah, man.
It's like it's the end of the 9 weeks, so we're like trying to do grades, trying to do everything. It's like.
And that's one thing I like.
Sometimes
that's one thing I like about the podcast format, that you could really just listen to it like whenever you want. I mean, there's no certain time limits. You're not forced. Like if you think about like the back in the day before we had DVRs, I was like, if you wanted to watch a show, like you had to be there at 7 p.m. at that specific day, or else you weren't going to see it.
Yeah, and I started the podcast. I started with, who was it? Oh, Sam. I was at school. I was working, and it was like I have an off period. Yeah. So I started listening to it, doing some work and whatnot. Yeah. So I was like, it's worked out perfectly.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And it's that's one thing I like, and then that's one thing about like the finest episodes that, I mean, you could really like each episode stands on its own. I was like, and there's really no like specific, like we're not talking about like specific like current events. That I
like, because like anybody can come up here and talk about anything, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
cool. Just like talk and chill.
Yeah, man. It's just the conversation, man.
And it's just crazy, because I was like, when I first came, I was like, what am I gonna talk about? Because when you first hit me up, you had hit me up about conspiracy.
Yes, we're gonna get into this.
This is where I sound like a whack job here, guys.
God, we have to get into this, man. Yeah, because like I was on Instagram, and then I saw that Jesus posted this thing about what was it? I think it was like Joe Rogan and I think Eddie Bravo, right?
Yeah.
That we're talking about.
Eddie Bravo's a nutcase, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that guy's so off the wall.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know Eddie Bravo, he's like this jiu-jitsu practitioner.
Yeah.
But he's also like this guy who's off the wall, you know, and he thinks, first off, he thinks the earth is flat, those flat earth theories. Dude, that's crazy. And then he thinks that we never went to space.
Okay.
That
He says that?
He believes there's no space, that they
wow.
created, it's been created.
Okay.
What else does he believe? Oh my God, that guy just goes off the wall. But yeah, he's like, I feel that sometimes Joe Rogan like instigates him to sound crazy.
Kind of pokes him.
Him and Brendan Schaub always like poke him and try to
Yeah.
get him going, you know. No, but like, yeah, dude, it's crazy because like the one that got me into it. Well, I'm always late at night during the summer when I have nothing to do.
Yeah.
I'm always on YouTube and start just looking up random videos, and someone pop up like, oh, this looks interesting, and I start playing them, and then I came across this show called Hunting Hitler, and they pretty much talk about how Hitler didn't kill himself.
Yeah.
So these guys, you have Tim Kennedy, he's a ex-special forces, I believe, former UFC fighter. You know, he has the credentials, and then he has these former FBI and former CIA agents, the ones that were hunting down Zarqawi, and like legit people trying to find out, did Hitler actually kill himself, or was he able to escape? And this whole show, they're trying to figure out. So they start off over there, like, what was it? Oh my God, just blanked out. Anyways, where he killed himself in the underground bunker where it happened.
Yeah. It was in Germany, right?
Germany, yeah, I believe, because you had the Allies coming in, and then you had the Soviet Union coming from this side. So he was surrounded. He was about to go down and whatnot. So everybody thinks he killed himself.
Yeah.
So I believe the Russians have his skull right now. So they did one autopsy where they were trying to figure out the DNA and whatnot. Yeah. And it turned out that skull was a woman's skull.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this whole time they're trying to figure out, and they go into like, start talking to everybody from back then, and they find out that there are several tunnels that escaped, got them out, and then it goes, and there's all these little islands and U-boats that they use and whatnot, and it starts from over there, and it ends over here in Argentina and Chile, and that's where a lot of Nazis escape to. So they're right now, like this season that's coming up, they're in Argentina, and they've been going through all these like hideouts. They find out like fortresses that are able to, you know, accommodate to someone high value like him. They have full on like medical beds, like in case of emergencies. Yeah. And they have fortresses. There's this compound out in Chile a long time ago. It's called Colonia Dignidad, and it was run by this guy named Paul Schaefer. This dude was a nutcase, dude. He had a whole village surrounded. Yeah. Barbed wires, trip wires, everything. And it was kind of like an embarrassment for Chile because you have all these Nazis over there. And some of these people are open Nazis. If you go down to Chile and Argentina, you'll find towns where they only speak German. Yeah. You know, so they're like, okay, did he come out? Did he make it down here? So that's where they're at right now. And Colonia Dignidad is pretty crazy because some of the people that were alive, that were kids there, said that they saw high-valued targets for the United States, which were Hitler's right-hand man, the guy that tortured, the ones that would inject, like, hey, you have brown eyes. Let's inject blue eyes into your eyes, you know, type of stuff like that. And it was like, it's crazy, dude. And then like now you're over here, I'm like binging 10 hours later. I'm like looking up, trying to research.
You're trying to follow the trail too.
Yes, dude, that's crazy. I was like, oh my God, I'm going down the rabbit hole.
Yeah. Yeah, so they've traced from Germany to Argentina.
All the way down, yes. And some people have said they've seen them. Yeah. And it's crazy, dude. It's like, whoa. And I think they even found family members down in Argentina related to Hitler. So, yeah. That's why there's a big community of German individuals in Argentina. I was like, I was shocked. So I was listening to the podcast with Joe Rogan and Tim Kennedy. He was just explaining everything, and then Joe Rogan was just like mind blown. He's like, what? He's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
So that's my theory. I don't think he actually killed himself.
You don't?
Nope. I think he actually went down. I'm like, dude, once you see all the facts and how so many high target people were able to escape and get to Argentina, why not him? You know, he was the leader, you know, so that's my theory.
Because if you think about it, like Argentinians, they are like fairer skin and then like blondish hair and stuff like that, blue eyes. And at the time,
they're communists, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So they're friends and whatnot. Even Spain at the time was communist at one point.
Yeah.
So that's why they said that Spain helped them out escape, and then they went to all these small little islands that they had posts that are the Nazis had posted at and whatnot. And there's pictures of a U-boat popping up at this really fancy hotel where he might have gone out, and there's like secret entrances and whatnot. So you have Tim Kennedy going down, searching, going into this like crazy tunnel and whatnot. And then there's I just love that type of stuff, you know.
Yeah, really, they're just kind of like being detectives.
They are
and just trying to search for the facts and trying to figure stuff out, man.
And the thing that started everything out was several years ago, the U.S. government released information out there.
Yeah.
And it was all like redacted and whatnot. And then when they gave all the information out, it showed that the president at the time, I can't remember who it was put millions of dollars into finding out if Hitler really died. And they were still searching after he supposedly died. So I'm like, if the government thought he was alive, then, you know, he might be alive, you know. So they put so much money into this.
Which government?
Our government.
Oh, our government?
Our government,
oh,
yes.
Wow.
The CIA and all that stuff. So they're sending agents trying to find out if he actually died and whatnot. So it's like there's proof out there that they didn't believe he was dead, you know, because you have all this money being thrown into this witch hunt pretty much.
Yeah. Man, it's crazy. When it comes to like conspiracy theories, like I'm not a big conspiracy theory guy. Conspiracist. I'm not a big conspiracist. There we go, making up another word. It's not a word. I just made it up. But yeah, man. But one thing I do appreciate about like conspiracy theories is that someone out there is questioning something.
Everybody, yeah.
And then that's what I like, man. I think there's a lot of things like in life, if you think about it, that we don't question, that we just kind of like take like
we're content with what we have. And you're like, okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah, you just like your parents told you this, and then you just went with it for the rest of your life or whatever. And then so like, or somebody else told you that, and like, okay, cool, and you just follow along with it, man. But you know, they're actually taking the time out and then just trying to like figure out if it's true or not, man. They're questioning stuff. I feel like you should always question everything, man. Not just follow blindly and just accept something because somebody else told you it, man. So that's the part of conspiracy theories that I appreciate. I appreciate that. That I think is dope.
I like that. And then the other one that I laugh at is the flat earthers. Oh my God. Wow, guys. Yeah. There's the conspiracy theorists and there's these guys right here.
I've heard something that like they've actually like try to model out like the flat earth, and then so supposedly like when you get to the edges of the flat earth, there's like ice hanging off or something.
There's an ice barrier around the earth. And it's like, it's crazy because I remember when it first started, it was like, who was that rapper? Oh my God. He sang with Bruno Mars, one of those songs.
B.O.B.
B.O.B., there you go.
Yeah.
He started saying about the flat earth, and then he started going like, was it him and that doctor, Neil...
Tyson Neil
deGrasse.
Yeah.
They're going back and forth and whatnot online and whatnot. I love that guy. He's able to explain the universe in such a basic way that you get it.
See, and actually, you know, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I think that's the real sign of intelligence. So being able to like take like a complicated subject and break it down so that anybody can understand it.
Yeah.
I think that's what really like
he's amazing at
that.
doing that.
That's
dude.
what really intelligence is. And then just bringing up that point, I had to give a shout out to one of my high school teachers, man.
One?
Mark Hockman, Mr. Hockman.
I remember him.
Like, who's my calculus teacher, Cal 1, Cal 2 teacher. And then so, like, I remember he was one of those people that could break down, like, a complex subject and make it easy and make it so, like, everybody could understand it, man. And just going into him, like, before him, like, I had him as a math teacher. I had, like, I don't remember his name, but I had this one teacher for, I think it was, like, Algebra 2 that was... If you think about it, like, he was like super smart. He would be able to do like complex equations like in his head.
He can't explain it.
He could not explain it, dude. Like, he'll be up there like at the board, and then he'll be at one point, and you just feel like he just jumped.
10
so like,
steps.
yeah, like, okay, like, I get this part, but how the hell did you get here?
Yeah.
And then it was just hard for him to actually like articulate like those like the steps. Like, for him it was just so easy. It made so sense. Yeah, it made sense. You do this, whatever. But like for like the students, and we were like, man, it just looks like something's missing. But then I had Hockman for Cal 1 and Cal 2, which, well, I have to give him another shout out because he let me skip pre-cal. No, he let me skip Cal 1. Like, I took him for pre-cal because, like, if you were to take Cal 1 and Cal 2 in high school, you would have to take pre-cal in the summer, during the summer, which I didn't do. I didn't take pre-cal during the summer because I was working. And then so I took pre-cal my 11th grade year. And then he actually skipped me. I was like one of like 3 people, me, Hav, and Pete. Shout out to Pete, who I've known since like kindergarten. But so me, Hav, and Pete, we all skipped Cal 1, and he let us skip Cal 1 and put us in Cal 2. And then so once we took Cal 2, and we took what was the exam called? I forget the AP exam.
Oh, for about no?
Was it that
it's called dual credit?
Was it called AP exam or something?
Maybe,
Once we took like the big test at the end, like our score would count for like both Cal 1 and Cal 2. Like,
gotcha.
We would get both. Like, it would be like there's a Cal 1 portion and Cal 2 portion. So we're still able to get those credits if we pass the exams, which I did. So yeah, man, he let me skip ahead, but he was also one of those teachers that actually broke down and made it simple, man. He took calculus and made it like anybody. He taught it in a way that anybody could understand. And then so that was my little segment. You shout out to Mark Hockman, which I heard. I think he retired, man. I think he just retired last year.
He's there for a long time, man.
Yeah, man, he was there for a while, man. But
sometimes I think about going back to Mac and teach, but then I'm like, no. I heard I met this girl that used to teach there, and she's like, don't. I mean, once there's a certain principal that was there, I'm not sure what her name is or who's in there, but she said once that principal left, it kind of went downhill because that principal cared a lot about the teachers and the students. So right now it's like,
if you look at the grades, Aldine is like on a decline. It was probably at the highest when we were there. When we were in high school, we got like exemplary status and all this
stuff.
Started
going downhill after
Ever
that.
since we left, once we left, it was like it's been all downhill, man. So I wouldn't, as a teacher, I wouldn't recommend Aldine right now.
That's why I was like,
no.
They pay more, but is it worth it? Nah. But I do appreciate teachers that are able to explain stuff like that. Just break it down, you know.
Yeah, but you were saying about flat earthers.
Oh yeah, so like
BLB.
Yeah, so it's these guys, man. They think that the Earth is flat. We have this ring around the Earth, ice ring. But the thing is, they based everything about the curvature, because you know how when you're at sea, when you're at sea, everything, the further the thing gets, the lower it goes.
Yeah.
And there's pictures that they try to prove. And then apparently the original flat earther guy, he did an experiment in England and on a canal, and he was able to see the whole boat that took off. And they try to reproduce that, and they can't do it again. So I'm like, you're full of it, dude.
What I hear is they're all saying, well, how come I don't see a curve? You know, I fly all over the place. I don't see no curve. It's always flat or whatever. That's a stupid argument.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they actually even have conventions about these things. Oh my!
It's so simple. It's just simple mathematics, really, if you think about it. Because we're so small compared to the size of the earth.
Yeah.
So even if you think of like a circle, think of this like the circumference of this as a circle. I mean, we're just like a tiny little dot, and then on one little point, and then so of course, I mean, we're so small and we could only see so far that at that little point, everything's gonna look flat to us.
Yeah.
We're gonna see everything we see is gonna be flat. I mean, because we're just so tiny, so insignificant. And compared to the ratio of the entire size of the earth.
Yeah, no, but it's like those guys are so freaking
and
weird.
which is crazy because I actually like B.O.B. as an artist. He is actually like super talented. He plays like a whole bunch of instruments. He's a dope songwriter.
But
just the whole flat earth theory, I just can't run with that.
I just can't either, man. I'm like, I have some wacky things when it comes to conspiracy theories, but that right there, that's where I draw the line. I'm like,
that's too far.
Yeah, no, like, what's another one I think? I think Big Brother's always listening to us.
Oh, that's actually true.
Yeah, it's true, because, okay, have you guys ever thought of, when you think of something or say something, and you go like on Instagram or Facebook, and whatever you were thinking of pops up there, I'm like, what the heck? How did that happen? I didn't even type it on my search.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
you said it.
I said it.
And your phone's listening. Your phone's always listening, man.
It is. And like Mike and I were talking about earlier, because I have that Google Home thing.
Yeah.
And then like, I was like, sometimes I whisper, hey, Google, to see if they're really listening. And that little broad picks it up. I was like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, and I'm talking about barely whispering. I'm like, is she always listening to this? I'm like, I get kind of scared, you know? I'm like, she's listening.
And if you look into like all the apps on your phone, and if you look into like the permissions,
they always request for the microphone, right?
Always request the microphone. They always request like data on your phone. They always request like your searches and all that. They get all that information. So not only is your phone listening to you, but all those other companies that have the apps that you have on, they're listening as well.
Dude, that's crazy.
And not to mention that the government's listening too.
Oh, that's gonna open up a big one right there.
Yes. So you're being listened to the entire time. Which is funny. Like, I think I mentioned it before about like on the podcast about like the whole Edward Snowden thing. Yeah. Like I remember when that happened, and then like he released those documents, like the government's like actually like listening to you, and like they know all your internet searches and all that stuff. When he released like those documents, like I remember, I think I was talking to Peter. He brought it up, and like at that point, like, you know, I know who he is. I know Edward Snowden, but you know, I haven't like dove into like the story. I didn't know like what he actually released. And then Peter brought it up, and then like I asked Peter, I was like, oh, so what did he actually do? And he's like, oh, he leaked some documents and stuff online. And then he said like, oh, that they're able to track you at all times and all this other stuff. And then like I was like, man, that they're listening to you all the time, and they could you know, all the internet searches, all this other stuff. And then like Peter's telling me this, and then I'm looking at him, I was like, people didn't know this? I thought everybody knew.
Go home, delete all my searches.
No. I thought it was already public people talked about it. Yeah. I thought everybody already knew at that point. I was thinking, I was like, oh, so what's the big deal? I was like, you didn't know that? I was like, I knew that. I already knew that.
Yeah, I think the fact that it made it official, you know, that everyone was freaking out about it. I wonder what happened to that guy.
That's I heard he was in Russia.
Russia?
Yeah.
Asylum.
Yeah. He's over there hiding and stuff like that, which is crazy because I think like, you know, if you think about like being like, I saw like the documentary of his and I saw the movie too, but being put in that position, like with that he felt like you know, he felt what they were doing, what the government was doing was wrong. And then he was trying to warn people and tell people, but nobody was listening to him. Yeah. And then so he basically got to a point where, you know, he wanted to make change. He got fed up with it. And then he was like, no, this is wrong. And then so what he's going to do, he's going to leak the documents. And then so I think, you know, if I put myself in his shoes, like I'd probably do the same thing. I would probably do the exact same thing, man. I was like, you know what?
Crazy, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, jeez. Just listen. They're probably listening to this podcast.
They are, man. So yeah, and then which I know they're listening to me, man. I'm pretty sure, like, oh, I think like remember when we went to Top Golf?
Yeah.
When Giddy made he organized the whole thing and made it seem like it was just the guy's night out or whatever.
I remember that.
But then he actually announced that, you know, he was gonna have a baby.
Speaking of the baby, its birthday's a Sunday.
Really?
She's 1 year old.
1 year old?
Yeah,
oh wow! And I still haven't seen her.
Adriancita.
Yeah, little Giddy-cita.
There you go. That's what it is. Giddy-cita.
Little Giddy-cita is turning 1 year old.
Adriana,
man.
1 year old.
Man.
Shout out to Adriana.
Yeah, shout out to her, man. So yeah, this is, and then so like when he announced that, like we came back and then y'all were dropping me off, and then I pointed out that U-Haul truck right there.
Yeah.
And I told you, I was like, that's somebody who they're trying to spy on me. I was like, that's the FBI spying on me.
Oh,
because I know people are in there. Because I saw when they got off, and then like,
really?
Yeah, they got off to like stretch.
Oh,
and then so they're out like stretching inside like in the truck. So it was a U-Haul truck parked across the street from me.
That's crazy.
And then so I was like, man, guys, y'all can make it a little more like
less obvious.
Yeah, less obvious. Like
get a beat up van or something like that.
Like I saw you get out, man. Come on.
Yeah.
Because and I know they're listening because me and Giddy. We know they're listening, so we play around a lot, and we say like whenever we are like on a phone call or something, we say a whole bunch of stupid stuff and make it seem.
Remember that one time when we were sending money to who was it for the baseball game? And
yeah,
who's the one that put that word out there? Who was it? Adrian?
What?
Send the money to Billy and said for ISIS, or was it?
Yeah. It might have been a Hob to Billy.
Yeah.
It might have been a Hob to Billy.
Oh, that was hilarious, dude.
What is his ISIS money?
Oh, God, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
No, but that's crazy, dude.
Yeah, man, they're listening. So we do stupid stuff like that, and then we also speak in code that make it sound like we're some like big time drug dealers.
Yeah, man, dude, that's crazy.
So yeah, man. So we do that like on the phone call all the time. Oh, and then sometimes we just mess like with our phone, even though it's not like on and we're not on a conversation. We just say that like the keywords that you know that the keywords that you know that trigger you know that the algorithm in the government searches.
I'm
you know.
watching too much Jason Blackbriar.
Yeah, man. You know, there's special keywords, man, that you mentioned. You know, like Trump, like
dude,
Trump, ISIS. What are the other keywords? Snowden's one of them. Snowden.
Bomb.
Bomb. Assassination.
Did you hear about
uprising.
Did you hear about that dude who said he went to the restroom and he said, I'm about to blow up this place?
Oh, he was talking about he was gonna like
actually use the restroom.
Take a shit.
It was a threat.
Yeah.
Keywords. There you go. That's what happens.
Man. Yeah, stuff gets. Yeah, man. Those keywords get you, man. So I expect like I'm on like a government watch list. That the what was it, what's the drug enforcement agency?
Where's Billy at when we need him?
I don't know.
It's not
DEA?
No.
What?
Yeah, DA.
DEA?
No.
So
one of those.
One of the DEA, whatever.
Billy when you need him.
I'm on all those watch lists. So I just expect one day they're going to just like raid the house and I would be laughing. But I'm going to be yelling, don't shoot. I'm not resisting. I am not resisting.
That's crazy.
I have no weapons. But yeah, man, I would be laughing when they raid the house one day because of all that stuff that I say.
It's funny though, just thinking about it.
Yeah. But before we've done a while, but before I have it's been over an hour.
Really?
Yeah, it's been over an hour. We're going.
I was nervous, bro. I was like, I don't know how long this is gonna be.
I'm gonna leave. We're gonna leave on this conspiracy theory that I got for you.
All right.
This is a conspiracy theory I have, man.
All right.
This is one I created, so you could. So if this gets big, it all comes from me. All right.
Okay.
All right. So you teach math, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So just when we're thinking about like average, like you think about like and just say like thinking about a spectrum of grades. So 0 is the lowest, the lowest you can get, and then 100 is the highest you could get, and then so. If you're thinking about what's the average of those two numbers, it's 50.
You would think, right?
Yeah, 50 is the average. 50 is the average. So the score 50 is the average. But then when we think about grades, when you have you think about like grades in school, they say the average is a 70, which is a C. That's the average score. And then so my conspiracy theory is that the education system is trying to boost kids, like it's like the like participation trophy, whole participation trophy thing, man.
Depending on I think it depends on the school district.
Yeah.
Also, because over here where I work at,
yeah,
these kids are so freaking competitive, dude. They don't play around. They actually want to go to like Ivy League schools and whatnot. So they're like, I can't. When you're talking about half of these kids are like get straight A's and whatnot, But over here, like in Aldi, I can see that.
Yeah. Here's my thing. I think that we shouldn't like since they say 70 is the average. I think it should be 50 is the average. 50 is like the standard. 50 is like if you're normal or whatever, 50 is that. But then we should also make it towards like that everybody else like there's going to be like fewer people above that and then fewer people below that, because you kind of like, so you're saying like in the school right now 70s the average, 70s like standard. So bring that down to
I guess
I'm confusing myself already. Look, my theory is that the education system is kind of overinflating the
scores.
Overinflating kind of like the intelligence levels of people, and kind of inflating the scores and stuff like that. I think the whole
U.S. government's education is jacked up.
I think that too.
I need to find a video that. Okay, so like at my school, every Thursday we have this thing where you do a faculty meeting, and they showed how the U.S. government created their system, which is outdated. It is so outdated.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna find it, send it to you. It was pretty crazy. You were like, holy cow! So. Does our education system need an upgrade? Yes, we do.
I think it does.
It needs an overhaul. I think there's so many I think they just teach the subject and not to the test.
Yeah,
I think
a lot of people. That's what they do now, man.
Yeah, and then I see where like a lot of like Title I schools like over here.
Yeah.
They get funding. They get certain amount of passing grades for the star alts or the
Yeah.
star test or whatever.
Yeah.
So if you teach the subject, like actual subject itself, I think kids would learn more that way than teaching to the test. Oh, let me figure out how to pass this test, because that's what they do. They teach the test. And are the kids learning? Yes, they're learning how to pass the test. That's all they're doing. They're not actually learning the core content of algebra, of history, all this. That's what I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and that's true.
As an educator, that's my opinion.
Yeah, because like, man, it was so easy for me, especially the multiple choice tests were so easy for me, man.
Anybody can pass those multiple choice tests.
No, they were so easy for me. Like I remember this is B, this is C, this whatever. What I do is like
process of elimination, which is the dumbest one. Knock it out.
What I do is like I kind of like, especially with those exams when like the question where there's a question and the answer and stuff like that. All you have to do is kind of memorize just one little part of the question. Yeah. And then just remember like one little part of the answer. That's it. You just gotta like, okay, you see these two keywords and you attach it to the other word and then bam, that's the answer. Yeah. And it's so, man, people could just skate by on that, man. Easily. They're not really learning. They're just like memorizing little things. And then of course, once that test is over, I was like, what did you learn? Yeah, you didn't learn anything. You just memorized that little part, and that little thing was insignificant because it was just like you just memorized two key words and then attached it to another word, and that's how you knew the answer.
Exactly. No, but I think the whole system should be redone.
It is, man. I think it should be more. I think it should be more about getting, teaching kids how to become like adults. I think there needs to be more teaching of like. I think
it should be a class where they do money management.
Yes, that should be like. I think it should automatically in high school. Yeah, they should teach. They should teach more like a computer science, coding, all that stuff should be taught in high school. It should be required. Yeah. Money management, finance,
all that good stuff. Yeah.
Even like think about like taxes, doing that, man, just like responsibilities, just stuff you deal with like as adults, preparing them, for going out into the real world. Because if you think about it, to me, the once you're in the education system and all that, it's just like its own little manufactured space, and they're just kind of just
politics, man.
Yeah, there's a bunch of politics. And when it comes down to it, it's really like it's all about money. It's kind of like going through like they're trying to get funding, so of course they're trying to teach to these tests so they could score higher. And then
did you listen to that stuff that came out yesterday? Where they indicted so many people.
Oh, I saw that. I saw that. Yes. Shout out.
I'm Becky.
Yeah, from Fuller House. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Shout out to Heidi because I saw her post about this too. Like
that's crazy, dude. That's like holy cow, and there's more to come, dude. Yeah. It's not gonna stop there, dude. There's more to come.
Which is funny. Okay, so the story is that that there's like actresses, actors, like Hollywood actors, like also really like CEOs,
individuals,
wealthy people out there who are paying to falsify like exam scores, SAT scores, and also like
scholarships to athletes.
Yeah, make it seem like their child was an athlete when they weren't, and just so they can try to get into better schools or whatever.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So they would basically bribe.
There's this one guy, Singer, I believe his name is. Yeah. And pretty much he was charging from $25,000 to $100,000 or more to do this. So I was like, dude, it's actually a smart idea, but still bad.
I was like, yeah, but if you think about it, I think, man, what's that say about the parents, about their kids? That they're trying to.
Some of the kids didn't even know. They had no clue. Some kids didn't. But the funny thing is, he was laundering this money through his charitable donations, like this charity that he had. I'm like, dude, come on.
Yeah, man. So I mean, what is that, man? Because I'm trying to understand from the parents' perspective, why would they do that? I mean,
I think like
I think more. I think from me, from what I see, from what I feel, it's more of like a kind of like an ego thing for them.
Maybe, yeah.
Like they're so vain that, you know, they want to say that their child is in some Ivy League top-notch school.
That's true.
That they can't accept the fact that their child doesn't get into it or whatever. Yeah, like they have to get into this high, like prestigious school, or else they feel like less than them, like less of a person themselves. I think it started off
in Boston College, so I don't know how bad it's spreading or how many other colleges are in there, but it all started off in Boston College, University, and then they weren't even looking into that. They were looking into some other different investigation, and then this guy was like, well, I have this information. He was trying to get like probably a plea deal. Snitches to stitches.
Man, but I just think it's
crazy. It's crazy, dude. It's like, I was like, I saw a meme today, and then it was who was it? Who was the oldest girl from Full House? DJ. Yeah. And then you see the dad. He's like, I'm sorry, but Aunt Becky's not coming back for a while. I was like, oh my God. I started laughing. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, man. I think that's just it's almost related to like the participation trophies where the parents are like, you know what? They're trying to make these kids like, you know, they give a trophy even though they don't deserve it.
Oh, don't get me started with that. Like, okay, so it depends on who's receiving it. Yeah. For example, if it's like my students, I think it's good for them. Yeah. If it's regular ed students, like people that don't have disabilities, I think you're hindering them. Like, you're giving out like whatever free stuff. Like for my kids, anything helps. You know,
it's not preparing them for the real world. Yeah, where it's not. You know, there's gonna be situations where you lose.
Yeah, yeah, and like I teach that to my kids all the time. I'm like, look, life's not easy. Sometimes you don't like doing this thing. You're gonna have to figure out a way to adapt and learn. And I always bring it back to them, like, what if you had a job and you did this in your job? What would happen? You'd get fired and all that. So I try everything that they do. If they get in trouble, I make it a teachable moment so they can learn from that. That's my goal, pretty much.
There you go, man. I think that's dope, man. I think that's a good way to end it. We're gonna end it right there.
Making myself look smart.
Man. Yeah, man.
It's a pleasure coming in here, dude.
Man, I want to thank you, Jesus, for coming on here, man. This was fun. We got a little crazy. We got a little conspiracy theory in there.
We're all over the place.
All over the place today, man.
I loved it.
Yeah, man.
I was a little nervous too.
I tell you, once you start, it's a lot easier.
Yeah.
The nerves just go away, man.
They just go away, man.
Yeah, and then time just flies by.
Dude, I had no clue. We've been here for a while.
Yeah, man. Like probably like almost like we're going almost like almost 2 hours.
What? Hey, have you seen those other YouTubers? I mean, those podcasts. There you go, stepping stone, bro.
Man, Rogan goes like 4 hours.
2, 3, 4. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, man, that's ridiculous, man. That's a little too much for me, but yeah, man.
Preview of what could happen later on. You know?
Yeah. So, do you got anywhere like people can follow you if you want to? You want to share your Instagram, or if you want to, you don't have to.
Bro, I can share my Instagram, but I don't even know.
I'm gonna link it. I'll link it.
You'll link it.
I'll link it in the description.
There you go.
Yeah, man. So guys, I want to appreciate everybody that's listening. So I'm working on the clothing line. The clothing line's gonna drop. I'm gonna let everybody know, like ahead of time when it's gonna drop, when it's gonna release. You're gonna get one of the free day one shirts. I'm gonna make the day one shirt available, so anybody can purchase it. But it's only gonna be up 1 week. Only gonna be 1 week.
Better get on it, guys.
Yeah, only gonna be up 1 week. That's it. That's the only time that you could get this shirt, man. So it's we got that coming up. I'm gonna shoot your kids next week at the track and field event. We're gonna do that, and we got some other stuff in the work, man. So you can check us out. Defynest.com, Defynest.com. Like I had to close my eyes.
I feel the robots.
I had to look. If you ever see me like close my eyes, it's because man. What I do is like I have to close my eyes and then I picture the actual like the image. So I have to picture the letters out, and then, so make sure that I don't misspell it. So like I close my eyes so I don't get distracted and just focus on like actual like seeing the letters. Defynest. Defynest. Defynest.com. You can find us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, all the other podcast streaming places. We got the video drops every Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time, every on YouTube. The audio drops a day before on all the streaming platforms. And yeah, man, I think that's it, man. If you want to check my personal website, it's michaelmacedo.com, MichaelMacedo.
Come on, Mike.
Hey, I'm sorry. I don't know how to spell my own name. This is all complicated, man. Dyslexia, man. I flip letters all around, numbers all around. I can't, man. Oh, hey, man. Look, I'm telling you, like, I would be one of those students. Like, I don't know how I made. Dude, I'm telling you, like,
So dyslexia is kind of weird because it's not considered for like special ed.
Yeah.
It's fallen under 504, which is something that's not fixable, but you're still able to function. It's not cognitive disability.
Okay.
So you would fall under like a 504,
okay,
which is like for dyslexia, you can like, they give you stuff to make you read. So like there's overlays, different color overlays that students use once they have this transparency. It could be like a purple, a green, a red, and for them it helps them focus. So yeah,
that's what they do for the ADD kids too. Or
no, that's just for dyslexia.
Okay, but I have dyslexia and ADD.
Oh god! Another show for that.
Okay. I want to know, like, if I was a kid right now, like, if I had forced to go through school, I was like, what class would they put me in? I'd be going instead of like the advanced classes that I was in as a child. I'm going backwards now, man. I'm going backwards.
I think we all would. Basic math is like, what, huh?
Yeah. Dude, I forgot how to do something like, I forgot how to integrate and like, take a derivative. I forgot how to do that, man.
Dude, you know what I do sometimes when I have to teach something I haven't taught in a long time, like years? I go on YouTube, type it in. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Yeah. I'm like, and then once you see that, it like clicks. Like, bam.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So I guess I gotta go work on my high level math. I gotta go I gotta get on YouTube to work on my high level mathematics. So, yeah. But yeah, man. So it's a wrap, man. That's it.
There you go.
Thanks for coming, man.